As debates on the benefits of trade dominated the last decade, Africa has cast its vote for more and better trade with itself. Trade within the continent has great potential for building sustainable economic development and integration. However, the continent's trade and regional integration faces several obstacles. African countries recently signed a landmark trade agreement, the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which commits countries to remove tariffs on 90% of goods and liberalize trade. If successfully implemented, this will create a single African market of over 1 billion consumers with a total GDP of $3 million, making the continent the largest free trade area in the world. Ahead of the upcoming Intra-Africa Trade Initiative, News Central's Babatunde Koiki had a chat with Kanayo Awani, Managing Director, Intra-African Trade Initiative at Afrexim Bank, on the long-term outlook for intra-Africa trade.
Let me start by telling you about the Intra-African Trade Initiative. It's actually hinged on three main pillars. One is connect, and deliver. What that means is that the bank elects to intervene in certain areas to promote intra-African trade. Afrexim Bank will intervene in helping to create production and processing capacities. What then that means is that we're supporting value addition and industrialization of the African continent. So we'll support projects that will aid that. The intra-African trade can only flourish on the back of manufactured goods. So one of their flagship initiatives under that pillar is development of industrial parks. Project finance transactions that help processing capabilities and production capabilities. The second pillar is the connect pillar. And that essentially means connecting, in simple terms, producers to markets, to buyers. Under that pillar, we have flagship initiatives, one of which is the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System that we recently launched, whereby buyers and sellers can trade in their local currencies to reduce the foreign currency cost of trade and formalize the huge informal trade. The infrastructure today, the infrastructure stock as we have it today in the continent, carries $1 trillion of trade. Why then is intra-African trade that low? Why then is intra-African trade 15%? Why is not 30%? The trade fair in itself, for us, is an attempt to start building trade information. The lack of knowledge. Knowledge is power. But I'm not discounting infrastructure, it is there. And even soft infrastructure. And you talk about the quality, we're working hard to ensure, in the context of the CFTA, that we have an African quality, what we call PACI, Pan-African Quality Infrastructure, continental, that countries can use as a guide so that we have standards. We're also focusing on the harmonization of standards. One of the big projects we're working on is the automotive sector. I mentioned about industrialization. The automotive sector is one of those areas that is big. It will help create jobs. When you think about the fact that every vehicle has about 30,000 parts. 30,000 parts, it is unique in the sense that it's labor intensive. And then it has expansive supply chains. But to do that, to have a Pan-African automotive pact in a sense, you will have to harmonize standards. Standards around second-hand vehicles, for instance, and all of those issues, size of axle, those are things that are a work in progress. We're not there yet, but I can say that the journey has started.